Welcome to the April 11th edition of Gridlife Digest Weekly, our culture and gaming podcast, and the #1 Big Bumpin' podcast. My name is Noah Friscott, but joining me is the MILF man, Micah Benfett. How are you doing, sir?
Hey guys, I'm doing great. How are you, Noah?
Oh,
Hanging in there.
I'll have to kind of expand on how I'm doing later. It's kind of complicated right now, but so you've been busy lately, kind of keeping up to your name. Hint, hint.
Yeah, I guess I have been.
Tease.
Yeah, I went on like 3 different dates this week, and there's like a 10-year gap in between some of them. So that was interesting.
The MILF man, everybody. And
starts at like 18 and then goes almost to 28. It was an experience.
That's an experience. We'll get into that in much more greater detail soon. And we have a very special guest this week, Mario Not Bros himself. How are you doing, sir?
Wow.
That is you.
No, I thought you were talking about somebody else. I don't think I'm very special. Hi, hello everybody.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing really, really good. Happy to be here. How are you, sir?
You know, I was immediately caught positively by your new show, which is dedicated to just positivity and shouting out people who are doing awesome shit. So I was like, you know what? I got to talk to this guy more about it. So we'll get into that soon.
Thank you.
And for the uninitiated, each of us chooses a topic for conversation. Actually, we don't do that anymore. Oops, we have a new format though. So we choose a couple topics, and we recommend a piece of media for the group and audience to check out. You can get the show on YouTube and the podcast service of your choice every Wednesday, and be sure to check out gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. While you're at it, follow us on all of our social media platforms, at Gridlife Digest on Twitter and Instagram, as well as at Gridlife Digest Pod on Facebook, so you never miss what's happening. Now, it is time for the weekly Gridlife Digest press conference, sponsored once again by Banter Lab. How many more weeks should we call them out, Micah?
Did they say how many weeks we had to do it?
No, we just said we do it a lot.
I mean, I guess
Fuck those Aussies.
Do it until we get tired of it.
Yeah, so. until something else happens.
Yeah, until we're just whispering Banter Labs in our sleep. We just constantly dream about
those
them.
Sweet accents. Just you can't get them out of your head. So
exactly.
So we had this Overwatch competition and we lost. So we're basically plugging this other show for a long time. Yeah, they kicked our teeth in. It was embarrassing, but they deserved it.
We held our own.
We held our own
first round.
Yeah, that's about it. And then they realized, like, oh, we can pick them apart in every conceivable way with one less person. So
great.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, well, great.
Subscribe to Banter Lab videos on Twitter. Okay, so
great group of guys.
They really are. But anyway, so Gridlife Plus for April is live. It is narrated by Eli this time. So if you hate my voice and my opinions on free PlayStation games, go watch that. We had kind of a content break. We didn't do anything on Easter. Wanted to, have fun with your families. Took the week off to just kind of decompress. But now we're back in it fully. There was also a video up on Monday, which I don't want to say yet because I'll spoil it in the past, but for the future, if that makes sense. So what have you guys been playing? Mario, do you want to start us off? Playing any video games?
Ooh, yes. Far Cry 5 has taken my life.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, I adore that game. Every second I'm not playing it is one of those where I'm like, man, I wish I was playing Far Cry right now.
Yep, same. How many hours have you put in?
By this, I feel like I'm going to say like around 15, 20 hours probably.
Oh, wow. Okay. So I have some catching up to do for sure.
I've just been going completionist. I just cleared up the first section, the John section. But I'm like, I don't move to the next section until I do every single mission and everything I can do.
Yeah, I'm still in John's section as well. I went because the Boomer is there, so I was like, I'm gonna go there first. And so then I got him, and I found Grace, and I fucking love Grace so much.
Grace is awesome.
She's awesome. She's like if Quiet from Metal Gear Solid 5 was actually good. Yep.
Exactly.
And then you have them both, and it's great.
And Quiet.
It's D-Dog and Quiet. What more could you ask for?
Exactly.
Yeah. So Far Cry, it always feels like I've played a ton of it, and then I look at my counter, and I'm only at like 7 or 8 hours, even though it's felt like 20, but in a good way. Which is weird, because usually like you want time to fly by, but in Far Cry it feels like it goes at a standstill, but then I still have fun. So it's kind of this weird anomaly, but I am enamored by it. Probably my favorite Far Cry game. What is your favorite Far Cry before this one?
Before this one, it's Far Cry 4, even though a lot of people
really
yeah, a lot of people are like, it's so mad. It's very similar to 3, but I don't know. There's something about 4, about its story, about the setting that just really caught me, and I was so enamored with that game. I platinumed it.
Oh wow!
Whenever it
Congratulations.
came out.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. I love that game, but I think this one by the end of it, I might say that tops it for me.
There was something special about 4, specifically being able to ride elephants and just into outposts and just shoot it up on top of a giant war elephant. That's you can't really say that you can do that in any other game besides that.
It's absolute beautiful Far Cry lunacy, where it's just like, what am I doing right now?
Yeah, none of this makes any sense at all, and I love it.
Exactly.
My favorite one is probably definitely Blood Dragon. I know it's smaller, but I absolutely love that just schlocky, campy 80s vibe. I cannot get enough of it.
That's a really good call out. And I'll ask you,
yes,
without being too spoilery, have you gotten to a point in Far Cry 5 where Blood Dragon is referenced?
I know what you're referencing. I have not seen it personally firsthand, but just on Reddit and stuff, I'm like, that's very cool. But they're just teasing me because I want Blood Dragon 2 so bad, and they won't give it to me. They refuse to give it to me. They
refuse. However, I will say the season pass content on Far Cry 5 sounds really, really, really interesting.
Yeah, and it's the same team, so I hope to get that kind of same like campiness, at least with not the one in Vietnam, because that's probably going to be pretty serious, hopefully. But the other ones just camp it up.
There's one in space, I believe, right?
It's on like Mars or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's the zombie one. I'm totally down. I got the gold edition. I traded in a bunch of games. I'm like, I want to experience all of this. It's kind of a christening of my gaming PC. So just playing it at like 2K, 60 frames a second, stellar experience.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I just want Blood Dragon.
You got going. You got everything cranked to the max.
It's cranked, man. It's actually really well optimized. I mean, Ubisoft games have been kind of famously shitty PC ports, but this one is actually really well optimized. I'm really happy about it. It's pretty much been consistent 60 FPS. God, I feel
like it was like the other way around, because I remember trying to play like Far Cry 3 on like my PS3 back in the day, and that game didn't run good at all.
That was also the PS3, where no third-party games ran well.
Yeah,
it ran fine on 360.
A consistent like 25 frames per second if you're lucky.
I will say about Far Cry 5, my biggest complaint about it so far is that it's been very buggy to me, at least on my playthrough.
Okay.
Yeah. Late game, like right before defeating John, I bumped into a lot of bugs where silos wouldn't appear on my map and certain missions just wouldn't pop up. Which is weird because usually Far Cry games don't have that many problems, but this one for me it had a lot of issues.
Oh, that's weird. I've been seeing that people complaining about bugs, but mine's been pretty much spotless for some reason.
That's good.
It's only a matter of time though. I'm gonna run into something eventually. I did have some like collision bugs where people were just like walking into walls, but that's just funny. Not really a big issue. Yeah, how do you feel about some like the small changes? Like there's no like knife kills, there's no vehicle takedowns. Like, does that stuff bother you? Because I have been finding that it really doesn't bother me, surprisingly.
Yeah, the one that I thought was going to bother me was the crafting, because it used to be one of my favorite things about Far Cry. Being like, oh, I need to kill another deer just to upgrade my wallet or something like that. I used to love doing that, but I found in this game that I really don't mind it that much. I like the perk system. The only one like real difference is that I don't really have an incentive to go hunting anymore, and I rarely ever do.
It's mainly just money.
Exactly. So it's rare that I'm like, oh, there's a new bear sighting, I'm going to go hunt down a bear. I don't really do that unless it's one of those like the judges. But other than that, I honestly really, really love the game.
Yeah, it's very streamlined in some positive and negative. Do you care about the character customization at all? Because even though it's first person, just being able to have that level of control, I really enjoy it.
Me too. Yeah, I love having money and being like, do I buy this gun or do I buy myself that cool hat? And I always buy the hat.
You've always bought 10 out of 10 times. Nice. There is kind of a strange lack of weapon diversity I've noticed, but but once I found like my loadout, I'm like, I wouldn't really change this anyway, so it really doesn't bug me that much either. Yeah,
there's a couple of things like that I noticed. Like the guns, I feel like the first ones that you unlock are probably the best guns in the game.
Yeah.
Like in my rifles or my assault rifles, I don't really see an incentive to go any of the ones that are like down. Like the first one is the one that I use and I love it, but it's honestly such a small gripe for such a fun game.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly, a lot of the ones in the lower lists are like just recolored versions of the upper ones anyway, so there's really no
Yes.
point. Something I'm really looking forward to unlocking is the one-handed grenade launcher, because I absolutely love that in 4. So once I can get my hands on that, I will be a happy camper, because that thing
That's
just
a good one.
thunk, poof, just everything explodes. It's wonderful. I really love the vehicles. Something about driving like muscle cars and pickup trucks is just inherently more fun than like the weird Jeeps that Far Cry always had. It just feels a little bit more grounded. I really like the air combat. I like the squad system. Just, man, I cannot say enough good things about this game. It's so much fun.
I agree. The air combat is another one that's so much fun. A lot of people give it a little bit of crap because of the planes, and I think dogfighting is just awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So would you recommend it to a person who's not the biggest fan of open world games? And
I would. I think Far Cry 5 does a surprisingly good job of having lots of things to do but not feeling a little overwhelming. The game I beat right before Far Cry 5 was Assassin's Creed Origins, which I really, really, really like. But I feel like that game can get overwhelming with the amount of quests and collectibles that you have. Far Cry, I think, manages it a lot better.
Oh, okay. Because I mean, I just feel like there's been just way too many open world games. Just here's Assassin's Creed. It's an open world game, And then, Batman, Arkham Knight, that was an open world game. It's just nothing but open world games. And it's just way too saturated.
Yeah.
And there's a lot to choose from. So you kind of have to pick and choose. I mean, for me at least, I'm not saying like, I don't have any time. It's just like, it's just a lot to comprehend for a big game like that. But maybe it's a red box rental for me. At least try it out, see how it goes.
At the very least, try it out. Something I've noticed about it, which I really love, is just if the world feels so much more lived in than the other ones, where the other Far Cry's kind of felt like a checklist and just shit happens. Like this, especially with the lack of minimap, which I love.
I adore that.
Yeah,
yes.
You are incentivized to go out on foot and explore, and things happen around you, and people fight each other and exist when you're not there, and that's something that few open world games nail, surprisingly, and that makes all of the difference. It feels like an actual world rather than just a sandbox with shit to do in it. I can't recommend it enough. Even if you don't typically like open world games, this has the good mechanics, it has the good story. Oh, by the way, Mario, before we move on, how do you feel about the Seed family? Because I think they're chilling as hell and I love it.
Absolutely. I love them. That intro sequence is one of the most awesome, scary intro sequences
so cool.
I've ever played in a game.
It's scary in a grounded sense. Because
exactly.
This guy could exist.
100%. And a guy very similar to that has existed before. Yep. It's scary. It's really scary. And it's kind of in how realistic it is. Because I feel like characters like Voss and Pagan Min are way more of cartoon characters.
Yeah, exactly.
But all the seeds feel very real in a way that it's just chilling.
I can't wait to kill John because he's such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I'm so excited for you to do that. It felt so good when I did it.
Just catharsis. But anyway, that's enough Far Cry talk. It's so fucking good. Ubisoft has been kind of killing it lately. They really have. Yeah, you look at a few years ago, they were kind of on the downslope with Watch Dogs and stuff like that, but they got Watch Dogs 2, Ghost Recon I didn't really like, but Origins is fantastic. They've been knocking it out of the park, so good for them.
They have. Good for them.
What about you, Mikey? Playing any of them video games?
Let's see. A week ago, I actually cleared out some of my backed up backlog.
Where's that at?
And Friday.
When is?
I promise.
Okay, cool.
So it's 2 days after this comes out.
I'm dying to hear what you think about Infinite Warfare.
Yeah, what I think about Ethan and his surprisingly, kooky personality. But anyways, yeah, I finished Infinite Warfare finally. I was really surprised how good that game was. It was way better than it should have been.
Oh, it's so good. Why is it that good?
Exactly. I mean, you get your excellent space missions. I feel like Star Wars should just steal that, just because of how simple it felt.
Yeah, it was very easy to control.
Exactly. It wasn't like you're trying to control a super fast like TIE fighter that's like going a million miles an hour. You know, it takes forever to turn left and right, up and down. You know, this is like, oh, it's just like driving a car in like GTA, but easier.
But it can go side to side too. I love that it could yeah, you could strafe.
You can you can strafe, you can do whatever. You can go faster and still be fine. You can lock on to other dudes and shoot them with your missiles and your bullets and whatnot. And yeah, I was really surprised, and they just did a really great job with it, like all the voice acting and whatnot. And then like the ending to me was pretty moving. Not gonna spoil it, even though it's like
it's been out.
Almost 2-year-old game.
Yeah.
And then it was kind of cool how at the end there they had like each of the characters there, and you could pick and like hear what they had to say, you know. And it was like, I don't know, messages to like their family or, you know, to us, but yeah, that was pretty interesting. But I was kind of like riding that like first person shooter hype train. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna finish another game right now. So I popped in what's it called? Wolfenstein 2.
Wolfenstein 2, yeah.
Yeah, like I'd been meaning to go and finish that forever. And oh man, that game is like, oh, it was just like better than Infinite Warfare, you know. I mean, they really are comparable in the sense that they're kind of different games.
They're very different.
Both first-person shooters.
Yeah,
you know. But yeah, that game is fucking amazing. When you go toe to toe with you know, that one dude who killed a bunch of Jews. You know,
that one, yeah,
that one.
You may have heard of him.
Yeah, he's you know, a significant figure in world history in the worst way possible.
With the mustache.
Yeah, with the little tiny one. But
that dude.
I can't remember his name though. What is his name?
Yeah. May start with
I think it was Mark, something like that.
Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, Mark Hitler.
Hi, Mark Hitler. That would have been a better movie.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But
Hitler needs to find love in San Francisco. Can we make that? Can we please make that movie?
Please.
Somebody contact Tommy Wiseau.
Yeah. Directed by Tommy Wiseau, of course.
Please.
I don't trust him to play Hitler though. That's a walking on eggshells.
We'll just like take it all away from him and we'll run it.
Yeah.
I think we could make a better movie than Tommy Wiseau.
He could be the Joker though. Did you guys see that?
Yeah, it's very chilling. Like some of the laughter, I was like,
awesome.
Holy shit.
It's so chilling because it's so good, and you're like, how is this so good? This is Tommy.
Because
this is Tommy Wiseau.
That's just Tommy. That's just how he is.
Yeah,
he's the Joker
himself. He is
just
the Joker.
Hitler, or not Hitler. He could be, but he's just the Joker, like 24/7.
Yeah,
but
especially when he laughs.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I finished Wolfenstein 2. An amazing game.
Amazing.
And then I just popped in or started playing Batman season 2 of the I was about to say a Walking Dead.
The Batman Walking Dead crossover episode.
Batman game simulator.
You do walk a lot as Batman.
You do. You walk a lot.
Side to side.
You go and connect the chain links and things. There's lots of chains in that game for some reason.
I'm the world's greatest detective.
But yeah, I just finished episode 4. So
don't tell me that. I'm on episode 3, so I'm gonna start 4 probably either tonight or tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, don't spoil it for me. It's fantastic.
I won't. But like, I noticed at the end, I was looking at like the statistics for like you know, who made what decision, or you know, like what's the percentage. Like I was in the lower percentage. Like, I was in the 13% or whatever. I was like, I fucked
that
up.
Feeling always sucks. That's
exactly.
Oh, man.
Like I'm not going with the social norm, unfortunately.
Yeah, that just means you're carving your own path. You're not a follower.
Yeah.
You're edgy.
You're edgy.
But like that game like stresses me out so bad.
It's
like
tense.
I'll pause it for like a good hour. And,
like, an hour? Oh my god.
A good hour.
Oh, yeah.
I like to keep the tension boiling the whole time, so I just go through it all in one sitting.
See, there was a moment in season 1, I believe it's episode 4. I'll spoil it.
Yeah, spoil it.
When it's Harvey or Catwoman.
Oh, that wasn't that? I think that was earlier than 4 because Harvey was fucked up for most of it.
It was like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
That that choice. I paused my game, and I think it took me about 40 minutes to be like,
See, it's
what
hard.
do I do?
Who'd you pick?
Because you don't know what's going to happen. I mean, in the end, it's not too bad either way, but I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who'd you pick?
It's either like
I picked Harvey.
Yep.
Harvey.
Yeah, he was he was the innocent. Selena knew what she was getting
Exactly.
into. She could defend herself.
That was my mindset. I'm like, yeah, Selena can defend herself, and she was in this. You know, she got in this voluntarily. Harvey is just like being defenseless. He still went a little crazy in the end, though,
which was awesome because so spoilers for season 1. If you don't save Harvey, he becomes physically Two-Face.
Exactly.
If you do save him, he becomes mentally Two-Face, and it's so fucking cool because you get the duality on either side depending on your choice.
It's really cool, and it's so awesome seeing Harvey Dent, Two-Face, still talking back and forth with his two personas, but with a perfectly normal face.
Yeah, and
it's so good.
Man, the writing in that was incredible, and there was the moment I think I want to say episode 4 when you go back to Selena's apartment and you have a wonderful evening of personal intimacy,
yes.
and there's this moment where the cat's like brushing up against the door when he's trying to hide. My controller died right at the moment where you're supposed to do it and like not get hidden, so the controller died. He opens the door, Harvey comes out. I was like, oh shit. And then turns out it happens either way, but like that was just such a cool like emergent moment. Just like man, love those games.
I feel like with those games, like, because they know that, like, the writers know that these characters are gonna end up turning bad, like the Two-Face or like Harvey Dent.
It's Harvey Dent.
They just keep on fucking with you,
Like, they just fuck with you. That's all they want to do.
And with John Doe, it's like, is he gonna? When is he gonna turn? Like, it's gonna happen.
And then it's like slowly throughout the second season, you start seeing him turn into the Joker. It's
just a little bit here and there. I really I like how Harley is more the domineering one too. It's an interesting twist because usually she's very much the submissive. I don't like. I was kind of disappointed with Bane. He just seems kind of like run of the mill. But I like their Mr. Freeze. I like most of their characters. I
like all their twists.
This version of Batman, I honestly might be one of my favorites because he's so human. Like everyone says they like Batman because he's just a guy, but then they have him fighting Darkseid and like knowing every martial art on the planet, and like, no, there needs to be a line somewhere, and they've established it as like, he doesn't know everything, he doesn't have all the answers, and that makes it immediately more compelling to see and play. So I just hats off to Telltale on that.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, like, Joker is like the biggest cuck in that game for like a long while.
Exactly, it's the total role reversal. Excuse me.
Where usually it's the other way around. It's just Joker having Harley do whatever he wants, and now it's kind of the other way around. And
it changes the whole dynamic with everybody.
Like that after a while.
Yeah, he's like, I'm tired of it, and we'll see.
I want to be friends with Bruce Wayne, and we're gonna revolt or whatever happens. I don't know.
And he can become your pal and your friend.
But then there's always tension there because from years and years, it's like, this is Batman and the Joker, like they're enemies. Like, when is it gonna happen?
Either way, it's gonna go bad.
Like even when they're friendly.
I really enjoy the decision that they made with the Joker, where it's like he can be a villain, the one or he can be a vigilante and fight by your side. That's cool and weird and very tense, but I love it.
It's very, because even if he fights by your side, it's like, when it's still gonna happen sometime, right? Like, I don't know. They play up expectations so well, and honestly, his performance, Anthony Gruber's performance as Joker, is one of the best.
It's phenomenal. Was
skeptical because at the end of season 1, I'm like, I don't want another Joker story, but then he goes and like everything else, it just turns on its head and it makes the whole thing interesting again. So just hats off. You can take these characters that are 75 years old and make them new and fresh. It's with as little as a good performance. Like, just such a great job. But I digress. Basically all I played was Far Cry, and
so good,
I think, and then a little bit of Witcher because I can't stop.
Just because why not? You got a
just every so often, just dabble
expensive PC. Might as well.
Like those 2K textures, man.
2K with ultra settings. With my
really good stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't enable Hairworks though, because that you have to have like five GTX 1080s to run Hairworks.
No, like I don't. The reason they put that in there was basically to screw over any AMD owners. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not like built for AMD graphics cards.
I hate it
So,
when
like,
they
when
do
you
that.
turn it on, like that game just crumbles. It'll go down to like 5 frames per second just because the hair is wavier.
Yeah.
You know, more fuller. Which makes no fucking sense.
I mean,
like,
it looks good, but it's not worth all of the performance. Anyway, The Witcher 3's Hairworks is really unoptimized. All right, so we can move into topics now. So
Let's do it.
Mario, pitch us your show. I just want to hear about it. What was the start of it?
Nice.
Where was the thought? Where did you come up with it? What do you want to do with it in the future? All the 9 yards.
Thank you. Well, thank you. So yeah, I have a show. It's called You're Awesome, Here's Why, and it's all about people that are awesome and why.
And why?
Yep. I came up with it. I mentioned that in my latest episode. I came up with it because I've usually been a guy who likes being positive on the internet and letting people know when I think they're being awesome and they're doing cool things.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, yeah, let me just let people know. And one day, I realized that I hadn't congratulated Alana Pierce on her new show yet. Red Lips Orange Car. She launched a show. I watch it. I hear it.
It's brilliant.
Every week. It's brilliant. It's so funny. It's phenomenal. I love it. And I was like, oh, I realized I hadn't congratulated her, and she's been super nice to me over the internet whenever I've contacted her or something like that. And so I was like, oh, that sucks. And then I was thinking I wish I could just kind of record a video and go on why I think she's great. Mm-hmm. And then I kept thinking and thinking and thinking. I'm like, I could make this a show. I have a lot of things to say about a lot of people, a lot of good things. Mm-hmm. And so that night I stayed up pretty late, kind of writing down my ideas, names for the show, and so on and so forth. And then it just happened. I came up with it. So it's a very simple concept that every day I just pick somebody else every week, every episode. I pick somebody and I kind of talk about why I think they're a really good person, the specific things that they're doing that I'm like, yeah, this is really cool. You do this and this is amazing. And kind of go on a little bit of a personal story on how they've maybe affected my life. So far, it's been incredibly successful. People have been super supportive. People like the message, and I'm just glad people are liking it. I just want to be positive out there on the internet, and I want, people to feel good about the things they're doing.
Yeah.
So how long is each of your episodes? I'm curious to let the people.
They're about a little over 10 minutes long. The first episode was 9 minutes. Second episode was 11 minutes. So it's not too long.
Yeah, so that's pretty digestible. It's pretty easily watchable.
Absolutely.
Whereas this is like an hour and a half thing.
It's not a podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's a quick little show. I just rant on the camera. I usually rant for about 20 or 30 minutes, but I say a lot of stupid things, so I just cut it down.
Yeah. No,
the beauty of editing.
Of it. Yeah, James.
Exactly.
Go and cut out all the bullshit and keep the stuff you want.
Exactly. Very concise.
That's kind of hard though, just to start, keep on talking to the camera like that.
It's really hard.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's hard to just keep eye contact with something that's not an eye.
Yeah, you're staring at this little robot eye, talking to it, and no reactions, of course. So you don't know if you're doing it right or not.
The only audience you have is Mark Zuckerberg. Zing.
Exactly.
And the
maybe
FBI.
He's a big fan. I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe the NSA really likes your show. Who knows?
Yeah, the NSA guys, come over here.
He's just so positive.
I know you're watching.
How refreshing is this for the internet?
That's great, though.
But thank you.
So, what are your goals? What are your aspirations for this little series?
Right now, the little series, I haven't had too many episodes yet, but a short-term goal that I have for every episode is that whoever the topic is, I want that person to be reached and hopefully watch the episode. Because I want that person to be like, hey, I saw this. I feel that's great that this person feels this way, because the whole point of the show is just to make people feel good about the things that they're doing. Because in the internet, they hear a lot of bad things constantly.
Cesspool.
So I want this. Exactly. So I want this to be a little like more than a little positive comment, which I'm sure it goes a long way, but I want to go, a little bit farther than that, and hopefully make their day.
Yeah, it's really great. I love how people from the Kind of Funny community are kind of getting together are on their own and like putting out positive messages. Like that one guy from the Facebook group, what's his name, Lamar, I think that's
constantly just a positive influence.
Like I swear he has one for like each time of the day. He'll have one like in the morning, in the afternoon, and like in the evening. It's like, oh, I hope you have a good day, or you'll do great today, or just stuff like that.
Yeah, just little things.
I feel like that makes all the difference in the world for people. Even
Absolutely.
when I look at that, I'm like, oh, this is nice. It's not some like dumb hot take. A certain admin is making. You know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we know.
It's okay. We still love you, but
we do love him. We do love him.
But I just love the positivity that's brought back into the internet, because I feel like it just hasn't been a mainstay at all. As soon as you involve people, of course there's going to be problems and negativity, but like you're like, no, I'm gonna tell you some good things about this person. Like why this guy's great. What is he making that's changing my life? And I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
You're a really nice, positive person, Mario. I'm wearing this airplane shirt right now, and I remember you, Mario, at Kind of Funny Live 3, and you came up to me and you said, "That's a Tim Geddes ass shirt."
It is a Tim Geddes ass shirt. I was right. I'm right. It's true.
Mario's
right.
It
is true. And I have like several other shirts like this.
It's completely a Tim Geddes ass shirt.
Like I just bought one the other day, and it's a pink button-up shirt, and it has like dinosaurs all over it.
Oh my god!
That's also a Tim Geddes ass shirt.
You can't get more Tim Geddes.
Exactly. So I just have a whole wardrobe of Tim Geddes shirts. Didn't even plan for it. It's just like, I like that shirt. It's only a couple bucks at Ross. Why not?
He's not the worst influencer on fashion choices. He dresses well.
100%. That man can clean up.
But
so if people are saying I dress like Tim Geddes, I guess it's not a bad thing. That's a pretty good thing.
Go for it.
Yeah, as long as you like that East Coast look. But
yeah,
I just wanted to, because you said like the internet's a cesspool. Even if we're bringing positivity to just our little small micro corner of the internet, like it still makes it a better place for everyone, and that certainly can't hurt.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, we could be the reason why someone didn't have to go on like depression medication, or do something bad to themselves.
Yeah, just that little thing. You can push them.
Yeah, you never know.
Direction.
Yeah,
exactly.
A little comment can go a long way.
Exactly. Like that show 13 Reasons Why, like the reason why she killed herself was because it was a combination of all the bullshit she had to deal with.
Yeah.
If one of those people had just was nice to her and didn't do that one terrible thing, she wouldn't have, slit her wrists, So that's
exactly
kind of how we have to look at it, as like just put whatever positivity out there you can muster. Which I mean, that really
was
isn't that hard.
That was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Unfortunately, it's just everything builds. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You never know.
With Alana specifically, when did you find her stuff out? Because I've been watching her personal YouTube channel for several years now. She used to do different stuff than she is now, and then when she got to IGN, like that was really cool. Are you familiar with her work just from IGN or before that?
So I was familiar with her only when she moved to IGN. Mm-hmm. That was what kind of made me aware of her. I didn't know much about her. I did some research on her, found her YouTube channel, but it was mainly IGN at the time when I first found her. But eventually it went to a spot where she posted a YouTube video that I was interested in, and then I followed her on YouTube. And that's one of my favorite things about Alana. And I go on detail on that on my latest episode.
Click right here. I'm going to put it right there. Yes.
Right there.
34 minutes. Damn it.
Yeah.
I just made work for myself. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of the coolest things that she ever did was when there was a bunch of probably preteen boys that were harassing her, and she went and systematically
Yes.
contacted each of their parents. And that's like the most baller thing you could do to some troll kids.
That.
It's such a great story. I want to say that's how I found out of her personal channel. But yeah, like so cool. Like that's how you stop that real quick, right at the source.
I think
Go ahead.
She ended up in like a newspaper or something like that, right? Like she got pretty famous.
Yeah, she got some traction for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she was on
reading those screenshots of like her texting this boy's mom, you know, and she was like, "I'm gonna go beat his ass" or something like that, equivalent to that.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Hell yeah!" I mean, I kind of feel bad for her because, like, I mean, she's extremely attractive, so it's like, oh man, like all
that immediately draws track, especially now that she does the daily fix, which is that comment section is fucking
horrible,
bad. Awful. Like, and she's in front of so many different people, so that's that's including the creeps and all the trolls, all the haters, and I tip my hat to her. Like, I mean, she's dealing with it pretty well. You know, she's contacting people's moms. I don't know if she could do that in the IGN comments.
Probably
section.
not. No, that's too many.
A lot to go through, and most of them are probably just like 30-year-olds, like mad they don't have a girlfriend, so they're taking it out on this internet lady.
Where's Naomi Kyle? Shut up.
Wait, and then there's that one guy's like, I want Jessica Chobot back.
Yeah, he's always there. There's always one.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, move on.
Like, calm down. She's been gone for a long time.
Oh man, we should do a whole show dedicated to reading IGN comments. One day,
that'd be
that's
a dark
doable.
It would be dark, but it'd be interesting. Just maybe a couple times, just to find just the most horrific things we could possibly find, and then try to reach out to that person and say, "Why do you like this? Don't be like this. Be positive.
Why?
Be like Mario. Spread positivity.
Watch my show.
Yeah, watch this.
My show.
Yeah, link to this.
Or we could bring him into like Google Hangouts and like talk some sense into him.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get that far.
No,
like they're like, fuck you, man. I don't even know you.
Yeah, probably.
Let me talk shit all I want. Yeah. Do you foresee more people doing things like this? Because like I feel like with this, it could possibly be like a snowball effect where everyone just kind of gradually becomes more, or rather less, toxic.
I hope so. That would be amazing. That would be a complete far out dream of people being like, "Hey, I like this. I'm gonna take my own spin on it and be nice to people." That'd be really, really, really cool. One unexpected like side effect of this show that I didn't really expect when I made it. I was thinking that it was gonna get 30 views pretty much every episode, something like that.
Yeah.
I had done YouTube before. That's kind of what I got. I was fine with it. But this one, especially my debut episode with Greg, an unexpected little side effect is that, hey, that if that person does like it, they're going to shout it out and they're going to be like, "Oh, this is cool. Congrats on the show, blah, blah, blah." And it's going to have a really much of a wider net than I thought.
You didn't plan this? Greg has 1 million Twitter followers.
I don't know. He's retweeted me before in the past. It's happened. But, I for some reason, I didn't process like, oh yeah, if he likes the show, if he sees a show, he's probably gonna, talk about it.
Yeah.
The craziest thing that's happened since I launched the show is that Greg talked about it, and then Cory Barlog, the director of God of War, a man I've admired for years, watched the show, became a fan of the show, replied to me on Twitter, and followed me on Twitter.
Nuts.
And I was a fan. And I'm like, that's what?
When I saw that tweet, I thought it was fake at first. I was like, that's not cool. Oh, it's verified. Oh, shit. That's amazing.
I was like, oh, shit, this is crazy. He's a fan. And then it's like, Cory Barlog has followed you. And I'm like, what now? Excuse me?
What?
Who said that? Who said that?
Kratos. Cory.
So how many views does that video have? That first one with Greg?
That first one has about 330 something.
Damn.
Jeez.
Which is 10 times more than I ever thought I would have gotten.
Yeah, that's more than our top.
The second one,
exactly.
the second one, Alana, I'm like, yeah, well, it's probably, there's less of a chance that she sees it and shouts it out. So there's probably going to be less. And now it's up to like 120 something. And I'm like, this is not normal. This is not.
This is not. Well, I hope it continues to gain traction. Who do you have next on the docket? Are you sharing that?
Yeah, I can share that. My next episode is going to be Mr. Tim Geddes himself.
We got an exclusive, Mr. Tim Geddes with the Mr. Tim Geddes ass shirts.
You got them scoops.
Heard it here first, boys.
Yeah.
Go watch it whenever that comes out.
It's soon.
Sweet. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, go follow. What's your? Do you have a custom URL?
Not yet. That is on the works.
It's hard.
Need a specific amount of subscribers and such, which I'm surprisingly close to getting. Unexpectedly again. So when I do, it'll be probably youtube.com/MarioNotBros. But for now, just go ahead and go to MarioNotBros on Twitter, and then you're going to have the little link on my bio. So
how many subscribers do you have, Mario? I'm curious.
I don't know the exact number, but I believe it's around the 60s last time I checked.
Damn it, we're doing something wrong. we worked hard and we're not even at 80 yet.
We're almost there, Micah. Listen,
we're like 3 away.
When we can get a custom URL, I'll know we've made it.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. We just got to keep on pushing through.
I just want
you this for over half a year.
I want youtube.com/Gridlife Digest so bad. That's the fuel right now.
Yep.
We'll get it. I mean, we got Mario on, and he's like somewhat famous, so that makes us like at least half.
You have more clout than you realize, I think.
Yeah, you do. Like people, they know you. Like
it's
when they hear Mario Not Bros, they're like, "Oh, I know that guy. He's had that Twitter handle forever."
I coined that.
Yeah, and it's ingenious, like you're Mario, but you're not one of the Mario brothers, it's
exactly
ingenious.
So
you had to explain it. It's so subtle.
I think one of my moments where I for a second I was like, I might have a bigger reach than I thought was actually at Kind of Funny Live 3, because I remember showing up. It was the first time I ever met with any community members or anything like that, and we were like a under 21 meetup, and eventually someone was like, "Yeah, Mario Not Bros." I was like, yeah, that's me. And then, like, people knew that. People were like, oh, really? You're Mario Not Bros? I'm like, what? And then, like, I was like, what? And it's like, oh, my God, that's awesome. I love you. Can I take a picture with you? And I'm like,
damn.
I'm dude. I'm like, I guess I'll take a picture with you. But that makes no sense.
I suppose. Yeah.
I suppose I can take a picture.
Anyone listening to this, if you're not following him on Twitter, do it. He's actually really good at Twitter, and I'm jealous sometimes. I'm like, that's really clever. Why didn't I think of that, bastard?
I just tweet a lot. I'm always on Twitter.
Yeah.
And anyone listening at Kind of Funny Prom, you can feel free to take a picture with me. I will feel very flattered.
Take pictures with Micah.
That's totally fine too.
Yep. He's the one wearing the Tim Geddes ass dress up shirt.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'll just be like the midget version of Tim Geddes, who's not as funny and has way worse humor.
No, come on. When you see a Tim Geddes ass shirt, take a selfie.
Yeah, exactly. I'll buy like several of those Tim Geddes ass shirts, and like that's all I'll be wearing.
Yeah,
exactly.
The eventual goal is like maybe we can get a Gridlife Digest version of it, where it's just like
fuck.
Like that would be sick, like a lime green or whatever, and then have the logos. Or
I was thinking gray, and
gray?
then green, yeah,
gray, and then the
GDs.
That's gonna be the next goal. It's gonna be the custom URL and then shirts.
Well, we have shirts. We just don't have that shirt.
No, we just don't.
Go check out designbyhumans.com/Gridlife Digest. We have that URL for sure.
We do.
All right. Awesome.
I'll have to send you one.
Have that.
All right. So go follow him. All that stuff. Micah,
Thank you.
You're, of course, very welcome. You're welcome on here anytime. Micah, what's your topic?
Absolutely. Thank you.
So lately I've been doing a little bit of the online dating, as the kids call it, the Tinders and the Bumbles.
All those.
Not the grinders.
Not the grinders.
If that's your thing, that's fine.
Go for it,
no
man.
Judging.
Shoot for the stars.
Yeah, exactly. But I've been having quite the experience with it. Kind of came out of nowhere. I haven't really dated much within the last year, So lately, I just been going on Tinder, you know, swiping right on all of them.
You can't do that. You have to be a little bit more picky.
I mean, it's kind of how it works, you know.
Is it
like,
though?
It's way easier. Yeah,
I don't
everyone
want.
does that.
I don't want. Okay, here's my rule I've set up. It's because I've started recently as well. If you have one picture, nope. If you have no bio, nope.
Okay.
Bio is the number one most attractive thing you could have on Tinder.
And then if you don't have a bio, you automatically look like you're a fake account. Like
even if you have if they have multiple pictures, they're probably not. It's just like I want a little pinch of your personality. The ones that have good bios stand out so much, and I'm like instantly, I'm like super like like you know.
But then at the same time, you don't want to leave a whole paragraph. You know,
well, no, but that's what the ones that are concise but really good, and you can kind of tell a piece of their personality. That's what draws me personally.
Okay, I mean, for me, like, yeah, just leave bullet points, and you're okay. But I think my Tinder bio is just kind of bad. All it says is I have a job and I can kind of cook. Like that's all it is.
I mean,
you're honest.
Yeah, like I was like, I'm just gonna put whatever comes to my mind, and I was like, oh, you know, I work a full-time job, and like I can do something with a hamburger helper. Like, I think that's something.
Dream boat.
I mean, also,
anyways, exactly. Thank you. I appreciate that, Mario.
Of course.
Anyways, what I would do is I would go on to Tinder and like look at their bios. I was like, okay, I need to like do something according to like what they're saying in their bio, you know, like kind of respond to that, but like
and use their name.
And use their name, and then like I had to be kind of a jerk and kind of witty, kind of like all these different things.
I think more of assertive, not a jerk, but assertive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you kind of want to be out there, you know. You just don't want to start out with a hi, you know, like how's it going?
Sup, babe.
Exactly.
Yeah, don't do that.
So, like,
don't be that guy.
The most stereotypical thing to do. Like
that's the fuckboy way.
Exactly. Like I was thinking in my head, I'm like, there's a million other dudes just saying hi, so I'm gonna say something different because that'll make me stick out from the crowd. But anyways, it was like Monday. I went on a date with this one girl, and she was fun. We went out to Starbucks and got a drink, and then she owns a Subaru Impreza, so that's a really fast car. And I was like, I want to take a ride in your car. So she drove me around. Yeah, she drove me around, and that was fun. I was kind of disappointed she didn't just step on the gas because that's what I was expecting. I was like, aren't you gonna drive me fast? But no, drove around. I was like mildly.
Why aren't you driving me fast?
Yeah,
why drive me fast, please?
Yeah. Why did you break the speed limit? Because she was telling me a story about how she got pulled over for going like, I don't know, like 30 over or something on the freeway. So I was like, why aren't you doing that now?
Yeah, let's get 25 at least.
Yeah, but that was fun. And then 2 days later, I went on this other date with a girl. And oh man, I couldn't stand this girl. She was just like constantly like throwing out like insults.
At you?
She said, yeah, me. Like I was wearing the Tim Geddes ass shirt.
Yeah.
And she said I look gay. I was like, okay, are you trying to flirt? Yeah. I was wearing like my Vans pants, and then that pink dinosaur shirt, and then my snazzy Vans with flowers on it. I look super sick. And yeah, she was like, you look kind of gay. I was like, okay, fuck you.
That's a great start.
Exactly. But I could tell she was trying to be flirty. Like that was her version of it. But it's like, no, it's not working for me. You're not doing it right. And I was just like, oh no. But we were at Dairy Queen. And as soon as we got ice cream and finished it, I was like, I'm just taking her home. Like, I'm not like parking anywhere, like trying to make out with her. No, thank you. So I drove her home and then dropped her off. And as soon as she like stepped out of the car, she was like super nice, you know, like, I'll talk to you later.
It's like, no, we won't.
You know, I was like, hey, no.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And yeah, that was that experience. And then so I have one more story. So I swiped right on this one girl, and we had planned out a date. Like, okay, we're gonna go to the picnic and make like turkey burgers or something. And
Nice.
anyways, yeah, she had like food stamps and was able to pay for everything on her own. So I was like, oh, why not? You know, I had offered to like go to a movie or whatever, and she was like, oh, it's too stereotypical. I was like, okay.
That's already.
Anyways,
I like that a lot.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, that sticks out a lot to me. So, anyways, the day before the date, I like gone to Tinder again, and I look at her profile. I was like, wait, how old is this girl? And I was like, fuck, she's 27. I'm 20. How does this work out?
Oh God. Okay.
Yeah. Like I didn't plan for that at all. I thought she was my age. But anyways, fast forward to yesterday, I guess. Well, yeah, to Saturday. We go meet up at the park, and then we make burgers and all that. We hang out there for like 5 hours straight. Like mostly because the food was taking so damn long to cook. For some reason, because we started late. And then yeah, that was a lot of fun. We just kind of talked and hung out, and I don't know, it was just, you know, being Micah and saying dumb stuff, making her laugh. Like I kind of had to go at 80% Micah, because if I want,
you don't go 100%. Do not go 100%.
No.
Exactly. Like,
oh boy,
you know, I want
you can't go 100% until like the fourth date.
Like,
no, that's until marriage. With Micah, like, you don't go 100% until marriage.
No, like I'm surprised you're my friend. No, I'm not surprised. You know, like
what does that mean?
Know how I am.
No, I love it. It's fantastic.
Have the same personality, and you accept my humor. You know?
I love your humor, but it's you don't bring that out on a first date. Certainly.
No, I didn't. So I only went like 80%, maybe.
Even that's
like
a lot. Okay, 75. That's healthy.
Yeah, 75%, just enough to where like it would make her laugh, but like not enough for her to like run away.
Restraining order, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like lock this fucker up. I don't ever want to see him again.
500 feet from school, don't let him.
Exactly. Just slowly running away. But anyways, just as we were about to take off from the park, she was like, "Oh, this must be going well." And then I was like, yeah, I guess it is. And I was like, do you want to do something else? She was like, yeah, sure. So we decided to go bowling. So
that's a good one.
I'm using that.
Okay, I'm glad I'm throwing out some good facts out there for you. But anyways, we go bowling, and like I was just on my A game for some reason. Like in one game I did like 3 strikes in a row. I was just using my manly ripping arms, I guess.
You got a badass over here.
But anyways, she was also like psyching me out. She was like, "Oh, you're gonna get a gutter ball," and then like I got like 2 gutter balls in a row. I was like, what
Thanks.
the fuck is going on here? But yeah, we played like 3 games, and I won the first 2, and she won the last just by a little bit. So I had to let her win at least once, even though I didn't let her win. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then after that, we go to this dock out on the river. We just kind of hang out and do whatever. And I don't know. I don't want to go into too much details, but I guess we kiss here and there. Hug and cuddle and whatnot.
The MILF man.
Yep. So yeah, that was like the longest date I ever went on. It was from
sounds like a lovely day, man.
It was from like 12 in the afternoon till 10 at night.
Nice.
So,
that's very nice.
And I was just talking to you guys the whole time, and
I was like, get off your phone, fucker.
Well, it was always in moments where like she's going to the bathroom. So
I figured as much. I figured as much.
But I don't know. I kind of want to know what your guys' Tinder experiences have been like, or not Tinder, but like
online
dating apps in general.
The world of romance.
Exactly.
You have any experience, Mario?
I have lots of bad experiences and one good one.
Oh shoot.
In terms of the love, I never had lots of luck. And dating apps and stuff, I tried them out a couple of times, never really worked out. I have a story that isn't me, but my cousin met a girl on Tinder, and then 2 or 3 months later, they moved out to Europe, and now they live together and they're married.
Oh wow!
It's such a great story.
That's the
the odd
dream.
one out.
Yeah,
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. No, I had lots of bad luck with love until almost a year ago, where I met my current girlfriend, and it's been great ever since.
I'm glad to hear it. Yeah, you guys on Twitter and stuff, I'm just like, wow, you can just feel how happy you guys are. So that's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We are pretty happy. It's been great. It's been, like I said, it was miss after miss after miss, but then about a year ago, it all went well finally for
just wait.
Mario.
I'm just kidding.
Don't worry about it.
Be a miss later on. Knock on wood, or don't knock on wood. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, just no. Wish you guys the best luck. But yeah,
thank you.
Great job.
We all kind of collectively as a group started doing this kind of around the same time, which was like weird because it was all like independent from one another. It just kind of coincidentally worked out that way.
That's good.
But yeah, I started on Bumble because I like their shtick. I like their gimmick. Talked to a couple people. I was like, kind of same thing. I'm like, no bio, one maybe two pictures, nothing really to latch onto and ask about. So I was like, whatever. And then I was like, you know what, fine. I wasn't gonna do Tinder, but I'll try out Tinder. A little bit better luck there. Talking to actually several people on there. And then one of them, yeah, I was very surprised. I'm like, do you not look at, like, I'll read you my
because you're tall.
My bio. Okay, so yeah, you told me to put my height in my bio. So here's my bio. Where's
I'm excited.
Here? Okay, rate my bio. It was longer and more self-deprecating, but then she was like, I don't think you look like a sloth had love child with a turtle. I'm like, thank you. So right now,
what a nice compliment.
Yeah, I was like, thank you. That's very nice. Where's awkwardness with paradoxical confidence? 6'4", if that's your thing.
Sweet.
That's perfect. I love that.
Think so? Cool.
It leaves a lot to the imagination. Like it lets them like ponder upon that.
Yeah, like, listen, what does that mean?
What did he say?
Listen, you got it all. You got a little bit of snark with a little bit of self-deprecation.
With a little bit of, hey, I'm tall, and I know that's,
you're just saying
I can
you're tall,
use that.
You're using big words, or like, oh, this guy sounds smart.
I'm a big fan of the word paradoxical, and it's not used enough in general, so I want to shove that in there.
People read that like, oh,
gotta go.
You got a scholar over here.
$100 words.
Yeah,
college words.
One of them she's a total theater nerd, and it's great. Her bio was like, it was oh shit, what ignorant sin have I committed? It's like a play on something from Othello. So that's something it's like something I can grab on. It's like, what's your favorite play? And then we go down, like, do you want to study theater in college and stuff. So it's just give me something to jump off of instead of just blank. And then this other girl texted me, and we hit it off almost immediately. It was weird, and we just talked about, like, we have very similar music tastes, so that's just a whole catalog of conversations you can have. We found out we were both band geeks in high school, so that's a whole shared experience right there. And then so we just really hit it off, and it was great. And then next thing I knew it, we had a first date, which went really well. Hung out with her a couple times. Due for another one soon. Yeah, and she's just really cool. And I don't know, this feels weird because I didn't expect it to work this soon. But you just kind of know when you mesh with somebody intellectually, and that's what I'm feeling right now. So I'll keep you guys posted on that, but it's going well. So far my experience with this app is pretty damn positive. If nothing else, I've had pretty good conversations with other people, and so I can't really complain, I guess.
That's good. That's good.
I've noticed the thing with Tinder, it kind of depends on where you live.
Yeah.
Like if you live in a highly populated area, like you're more bound to find more people. It's more to sift through.
Mm-hmm.
Like Noah, you live there in Boise.
Yeah, but that's the
So, like,
capital, so it's the most highly populated area we have.
yeah.
Mhm.
So like I don't know, you kind of luck out in that aspect.
Yeah.
Whereas like where I live, like I mean, my town has like 80,000 people in it.
As a small
So
pool.
I mean that's yeah, exactly. And then even the towns outside of it, like you start like getting in like the mile range. Like oh, I have to go 50 miles to go see this person.
Yeah, nope.
Oof,
No, thank you.
it's a rough one.
No, it's just not too much to choose from. Whereas like I'd be better off just like going out there and just trying to talk to people. Like I don't know if I were going to school, that'd be a better way to meet girls.
Mhm.
But you kind of have to deal with whatever cards you're dealt. But yeah, it just kind of depends.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it's working out
There was
for you.
there was one person who was like 100 miles away. I was like, nah. And then I was just like, you know what? Let's fuck it. She seems interesting. So we just talked. We just talked for a while. And I was like, oh, that was fun.
Mhm.
I can't really complain that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You just have like an interesting conversation,
Or a
and,
med conversation, and you move on. Like that's literally
Yeah.
it. That's
like
the
this
lowest.
person lives 100 miles away. I'm never gonna ever see this person, and if I do, it doesn't matter. Like
Exactly.
you just pass by them, like, oh, I don't recognize you because your Tinder profile picture looks way different.
Yeah. I also pretty sure I had a bot experience. Actually, I'm 100% sure I had a
Oh.
bot experience. Because
Everyone has a bot experience.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
really quick. It was like this person way too unbelievably attractive to ever have matched with me.
Yep.
So, and then they also had only one picture, and then also their Snapchat was phony. So I was like, yeah, that was that almost. Yeah, good thing I'm. I mean, I was skeptical. I didn't fall for it at any point, but I was just curious. I'm like, let's just be sure, because who knows? But
Yeah.
Gotta take a shot.
See.
yeah, I got to take a shot. And I was
For
like,
me-
nah.
For
Go
me, very close before meeting my girlfriend last year, I was like, I'll try Tinder, sure, why not? Like, what's the worst that can happen? And after swiping right a lot, like about a couple weeks, not getting a single match, I get a match, and I'm like, oh, great. This person, they were a bot. The funny thing is, like, it wasn't even that attractive. It was just a very normal person. I was like, oh yeah, cool, awesome. And then it's a bot, and it was such an immediate moment of like, you know what? I'm deleting this app. I was like,
Yeah.
dipped my toe in, and I was like, all right, now I'm good.
Bye.
I've definitely gone through a lot of that. Like I'll go through periods of like this isn't working. I'm not meeting any people. And I just delete it for a while. And I'm like, I want to try it out again, and then download it. I can't tell you how many times I've deleted and downloaded that app.
It's one of those apps
Ridiculous.
that goes back and forth.
Yeah, where it's like this shouldn't be on my phone. It's just nothing but toxicity in my life right now.
I need a minute. I need a break.
Yeah,
me too. I need
exactly.
some breathing room.
Because like a lot of girls will just lead you on like, oh, we'll hang out. It never happens.
It never happens.
But it just depends, unfortunately.
Well, I'm glad it's working out for the both of you. That's really nice to hear.
It's also
Yeah.
working out for our dad, Max Meyer, very much so.
Yep. Who needs to be
Alright.
on the show, by the way?
Yeah,
It's been like
I miss
7
him.
months.
I miss
Come
him
on.
very dearly.
I haven't talked to him in person since I actually saw him in person like a month ago.
It's like
now
he left to go get cigarettes, and he still hasn't come back.
Exactly.
And
Because he's just the dad that left us out in the cold.
Out in the cold.
I'm just gonna go buy some weed from this guy in the corner, and then
except
he just leaves
except
it
Max
there.
wouldn't do that. So he would be like, you want a Flash poster? He's like, yeah.
Yeah. So if you want your limited edition Zoom Funko Pop?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and then he takes off and never comes
Do
back.
you want to play The Last of Us 2 right now?
Oh my god, yeah, please.
Yeah,
but,
please.
but you have to give us your entire life savings.
It's like the It meme. It's
Yeah.
like, we come down here, we have The Last of Us 2 and Flash,
exactly.
and Max would be
That-
gone
that-
instantly.
That's how you get Max, and then you throw it down there like a couple Red albums.
Yeah, a couple Red albums.
Yeah,
No.
like or just a bunch of unreleased songs from all these bands he likes, and
Yeah.
I don't know, a bunch of German food.
We need to do like how that specific Facebook admin that we talked about earlier, he did like the pentagram to summon like the Nintendo Direct or whatever. We need to do that for Max. So put like on like Red albums, Last of Us, just food. Like
Yep.
yeah, and just do that for an Instagram. That'd be pretty
He'll
cool.
just magically appear out of nowhere.
Yeah, and he'll just show up. We
Show
do that
up in
prom.
mid podcast.
I think we should do that prom because then we could have like doing it and then actually have him there, ideally.
But it won't be like a pentagram. It'll be like the flash symbol or multiple of them, like in a weird cross. And then you place it all at each corner. I don't know. It can't be too satanic.
Is there once it's satanic? Isn't that it?
Yeah, no.
Is there like a threshold? It's like, oh, that's a little too satanic. It's like you're almost there.
I'm pretty sure the line is a goat sacrificing. That's the line that's like, okay, that's a little too
all right,
much.
you're there already.
Yeah, that's that. You know, you're in the line when you're like, is that a goat? Is that a knife? Oh no, that's when you know you're there.
Yeah. Why is there blood on the walls? Oh Jesus.
When you start trying to kill things, yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, that's
for anyone.
That's a line.
I started to worry about ghosts. Greg for a while because his whole tangents about like just pleasing the Dark One or whatever. I was like, this is funny, but also I could believe him falling into any one of his tangents at any times. I feel like he's just one bad day away from going down any of his horrible fucked up.
Listen, I love the man. I've made shows about him. He's influential. I've had conversations with him, but you know, he's a psychopath.
He's an absolute psychopath.
He's a fucking psychopath.
Like, people don't just come up with these things on the fly. You have to premeditate this shit, and he does.
Oh, yeah, no. He's insane. But I know, it's a nice guy.
Love him, but scares me.
Good old Greg Miller. He's a very tall man.
Very tall man.
He's
very tall.
Like, I'm taller than him, but he's just big.
Yeah. He's a beefy guy. Like, he could take you down so hard.
Greg is
like
thick.
I would not want to get curb stomped by him.
Oh my god.
By head.
Just imagine that smile as he curb stomps you into the fucking pavement. Yeah. It's terrifying.
That Photoshop of him as a Joker. No.
Oh my god.
Like that'd be the face I'd last see.
If we can't get Tommy Wiseau as the Joker, we'll get Greg instead.
Oh
yeah, you'll just make him laugh enough, and then that's it.
Yeah, just the wheeze laughter. I want Joker to have wheeze laughter. I'm really okay with that. God. So when they reboot the DC extended universe, we can really get the casting down this time for Joker. How do you feel about Jared Leto Joker, Mario?
Ooh, good question. I am one of those people that likes it. It's one of the few things I like about Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, horrible movie.
Fucking trash.
I hate that movie with a passion. However, the only things that I feel like they did really well in that movie are the characters themselves. The things that they're doing are stupid. The story is stupid. The setting's stupid. It's poorly edited. It's such a bad movie.
I'm glad you brought up the editing, because the editing actually bothers me.
It's horrible. It's so bad. It's so off-putting. However, the Joker and Harley Quinn and Deadshot, I think, are really cool. And even like Amanda Waller. I think they did some really interesting things with the characters. I enjoy the idea of the modern Joker that's more of a gang like leader. I enjoy the tattoos. I think his performance is chilling. Like when he does that little his laugh is the only thing that's like yeah, it's too slow. It's weird.
It's weird.
The laugh I'm not good with. But that scene where he does a little, hand over the mouth thing for the laughter.
Yeah.
Like that scene was like, I don't want to mess with that guy. And I think that's what the Joker should, that if there's something that the Joker should give you is a vibe of like, I don't even want to be close to this person.
I don't want to be in any even close radius. Yeah,
exactly.
I feel like if they had made the movie like they should have, which was just a remake of the animated Suicide Squad,
that would have been so amazing.
Where it's about like the Joker and like breaking into Arkham Asylum and not fighting a bazillion faceless minions for no reason and having this giant CGI. It's fucking terrible. Like it's.
See, I'm like, I can't.
I can't even talk about it without being mad.
Because like a Batman versus Superman, I'm like, you know what? It has its issues, but you know what? I love it. It's a comic book. Justice League, I'm like, it's kind of mediocre, but
it's even more of a comic book. I like Justice League, knowing I just accepted it. I'm like, this is campy, and I'm fine with it.
I don't hate Justice League. I'm like, I'm fine with it. It's okay. It has some really cool things, but Suicide Squad, it's just like, oh my
dumpster fire, trash.
The thing about it is like, first 10 minutes of that movie, I was in the movie theater being like, this is insanely good. Like every single character interaction,
Oh, see, I was like, this editing is fucked. This is not gonna be good.
The editing was weird, but I was like, you know what? I like the vibe that it's putting off. I like the characters. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. And the second it's like, let's go into mission. I'm like, all right, let's go into mission. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
And then it keeps happening, and I'm like, oh god, oh god.
See, I couldn't even get behind the characters because they're all such blatant stereotypes. And
I hate that movie.
the Joker Harley relationship has no depth to it because they actually care about each other. But I have no issues with doing new things and different things, but it just fell flat for me. But also, most of the Joker scenes were cut, so I feel like you can't even really judge him because everything that he put into that performance wasn't even hardly in the movie. So that's why I want to give him another chance.
From like all the behind the scenes stuff, there was supposed to be a lot more Harley Joker stuff, with Joker being the Joker to Harley being abusive and such.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they edited the movie, the way that they cut the movie, the Joker's like this guy that's in love and is like, oh my god, my poor darling. It's like, what? No,
I'm gonna break you out of prison, and then fuck that movie.
Fuck that movie.
Okay. I cannot talk about it anymore. I'm getting flashbacks. The fucking Killer Croc scene where he's like, oh, I'm beautiful. I almost left the theater, but I had to stick it out. How do you ruin Killer Croc? Like, how do you do that? It's so easy. Anyway, what is this topic?
Yeah, did they
Online
have any dating apps in that movie?
Harley Quinn texted Joker in front of everyone else the whole time. She was just sitting there blatantly just texting the Joker, and everyone's like, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know.
Oh, that's so cringe. I think I watched like a good 20 minutes of that movie, and it was just so boring. I was like, fuck this. I'm not watching it.
You didn't even get to the best part where they all say, after hating each other the whole time, yeah, we're family. We're sticking by each other. Like
2 seconds.
Oh my god. It's like you've just been bickering. Cringe. Though I kind of like the bar scene because they're as fed up with it as we are as an audience.
The bar scene is one of the few moments that's like, I can get behind this.
Yeah, if it was more of that, just character and not CGI faceless shit zombies and the giant blue laser in the sky. God, fuck that. Okay, I can't.
Fuck that movie.
Micah, if I start to talk about Suicide Squad again, cut
next
the feed.
topic.
Cut the feed.
All right.
Yeah, I'm just leaving the call.
So Infinity War is happening. That's good. That's going to be good, right?
We're going to have to dive into that closer to
Let's
release.
be happy about that.
Later on, okay. This was a topic about dating apps.
Dating apps.
So,
do you think Thanos has a dating app?
If there's a place I didn't expect us to land from dating apps, was Suicide Squad.
That's the beauty of Gridlife Digest Weekly, everybody.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is a beauty.
it's something. It's kind of like the Suicide Squad zombie creatures. They just all kind of smush together into making something. It's not good. It's just it exists.
It's there. It's a thing you can do.
Anyway, yeah, it's there if you want it to listen to it.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is time for our QA thing. I totally botched that because I'm just angry at Bear and DC Comics.
It's okay.
Calm down.
That movie's known to do that.
Take a chill pill and let's continue.
Are you giving me permission to do hardcore drugs?
Yeah, man.
Maybe,
because that's what it would take to wash it from my brain. Anyway, Eli Shaw asks, "What was the best year?" I can't even speak. I'm so angry. What's the best year for memes, Mario? What year had the best memes?
Oh my goodness! It's not this year. I'm not a big fan of the memes this year.
I love the American Chopper meme, though.
The American Chopper one is a good one.
I really
Enough to
love
the
it.
point where I watched that episode because I used to watch American Chopper.
I used to watch so much American Chopper, so just the fact that it's coming around is vindicating.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up that we made a meme out of a father-son relationship that was crumbling.
But it's that's reality TV.
It is reality TV, so technically,
I'm sure they're fine.
I'm sure they're fine. Let's see. I'm a big fan. I love the memes last year. I think last year we had a couple real good ones there.
Remind me.
Here's what I'm gonna do. You know that memes of the month?
Yes. Very smart.
Meme calendar.
The meme calendar.
Go ahead and take a look at that and see.
Give us the
All the
rundown.
good memes. I'll run you down through the good memes
Give us
of
that
2017.
Okay.
Let's see. Let's open it up.
Yeah, memes, everyone.
Yeah, memes. All right.
Your number one meme show.
So in January, we got Salt Boy.
Fuck you. It's January.
January sad.
That's a red letter
Yeah,
medium reference.
Yeah. January is okay. In February, we got, I don't even know the name, but it's this one. You know, like
that one's I've seen that used creatively, so I'll give it a pass.
That one was pretty good. I think that was pretty good.
That one gets a pass.
Yeah. In March, we have one that I'm a big fan of, which is the guy from Giant Bomb, I believe. God. What? You know,
I know who. It's frustrating that I don't know his name because, damn it. That's a good one.
But
it's simple.
That's a good one. I like that one.
It's versatile.
In April, the one that's in this picture is just straight up United.
Oh, just United in general. Yeah, that was great. I loved that.
The whole thing happened.
Yeah, that was awful.
So I'm like, okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan.
They had it coming.
Let's see. They did. They really. Let's see. In May, what do we have in May? I'm seeing a couple ones that I don't agree with. We have different opinions on the memes. Fidget spinners, which okay.
Oh, yeah. I'm not down. A meme. I'm not down.
I'm not down for that as a meme, but I guess it was the thing that was happening on 2017.
That was hot.
It was hot. It shouldn't have been.
Everyone had to have them.
My favorite meme ever was in July, according to this, which was
that being
Crash Bandicoot. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes,
I love it so much.
That is
so
a very
fucking good
one. That is a super good one. Let's see what else.
And like remixing songs to it, and it's so good.
Memes, man. Memes are pretty good.
I was gonna do a topic one time, just like what's the best meme of all time, but there's too many.
Oh God, no. I feel like that would have been doable in like 2009. When there was like 5 memes
like
in
troll
that guy
face
that you would just use all the time. Exactly.
Yeah.
I love troll.
I love the troll face. Yeah.
Right now, it's just like everything's a meme. I had a tweet that I'm very proud of. That this month, particularly in April, the act of making a meme became a meme.
Oh my God!
Like,
everything's a meme. It's all the memes, meta now.
All the memes are so meta nowadays. Where it's like, oh yeah, this meme is about this meme, and I've seen so many memes like, oh, I'm trying to catch up with the memes of the meme. It's like, so meta.
This is the future that Metal Gear Solid 2 warned us about.
This is the Lalilulelo.
Yeah. Just listen to that whole end monologue that Robot Campbell gives. It's frightening. Like, we are living this right now.
I will never forget the first time I played that, and it wasn't that long ago. It was probably 7 years ago or so.
Oh, so you were like cognizant enough to kind of understand it.
Oh yeah, I was playing it on one of the collections, and I'm like, oh, I'm riding and I'm naked. Great. Oh, I'm talking to the colonel, and then it starts getting riding, and it starts getting all messed up, and I'm like,
I need scissors.
What's going on?
61. Turn off the console now.
I was so creeped out. I was like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah.
I was like, it's a mix of confused and scared, and oh god, what a game.
I just recently replayed it because I played it once before. It's the only Metal Gear I hadn't played multiple times. I had only played it once. I was like, it's I don't like the big shell part. I replayed it recently, enamored.
It's like, a phenomenal
game. Like, even the level design, all the mechanical stuff I had issues with before didn't bother me at all. Like, I love the big shell now. I love just this. I love how stupid it is. I love how just the blocking of the cinematography in it is just so fucking good. And the philosophy shit is so relevant that it's actually scary. 100%. I got chills. Yeah, man. Stop me before I start gushing. Yeah, memes.
I adore it. Metal Gear Solid, man, it's so good.
Same here, but it's funny. My senior year of high school, like I wanted to be really edgy, so in my English class we had to write a sonnet, and I don't know what it was supposed to be about, but I did it on memes, and it was I was trying to like get rid of them, So here's kind of like what I wrote. You want me to read it for you guys?
Yes, please. I'm
Go
excited.
for it.
It's a sonnet that 18-year-old Edgy Micah wrote in his senior year of high school. So it starts off and it says, "These small quips and silly phrases annoy. The irritation is always well known. The people who enjoy these jokes are drones. The kids who see these memes are a killjoy. The deep web is a second fall of Troy.
Oh my god.
Beware of
Oh my god.
beware of the dominion of the clones. These internet users who have not grown. These children are no more than dumb schoolboys. They are slaves to the game, but that will change. This madness will stop with the use of a law. One must be 17 to use this gift. Take a test to join the firing range. These restrictions will help fix this web flaw. This web cancer will be sent to a rift."
Were you an anonymous? You sound like you were. You sound like you were an anonymous.
Did you stand up in your classroom and read that out loud?
No, I did not.
Oh my god.
Good, because you would have not had a good time. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, but like I was just in that point where I was like, "Fuck everyone! I don't like that you're happy at the dumb things on the internet."
Fuck you for being happy.
Fuck you, man.
But anyways,
the dark web is a second Troy.
Yeah,
that line
was pretty crazy.
Is amazing.
But I remember I had my tutor helping me write that, and he was like, "Yeah, this is pretty good," and I was pretty happy with it too. But
he's like,
anyways,
"Yeah, fuck memes. I love the dark web."
I'm looking at the post now, and one of my friends, he says, "All the Micah checkpoints are there. The part about cancer just gave it away."
Yeah.
Because I guess when I was younger, I just call something cancer if it was something I didn't like.
It's not the worst word you could use. That dumb kids say.
It's also kind of bad because because my friend's wife, she had cancer at some point, and like I said that around her, and she got pretty bad. So yeah, that's when I've learned to okay, I need to watch what I say and who I'm saying it around. A little bit
less cancer talk.
The English language has a lot of description words, and
exactly
you can pick
way too many.
Yeah, so pick from any number of them, and you'll have.
Well, the thing is, like, a bunch of friends and I, we just have our own made up words, like, and they're all like words basically meaning it's fucked up. Like one of them is haggard. Like, oh, that's fucking haggard.
You didn't make that
up. Well, you know what I'm saying. Like, we've kind of popularized it. Like, we started saying it, and then like everyone started saying it. Not enough
people say haggard, so I agree with that.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Exactly,
it's a good one.
And then one of them was like, I made up this word called "jeej," like it means basically game over, like good game, like freaking jeej.
Jeej, man.
I'm getting out of here.
Jeej.
Yeah, just words like that.
Are you the next Minecraft?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I'm making up cooler words than he is, or at least popularizing them. Like, okay, you can say lit. Like, you didn't make that a thing.
I heard lit from him way before everyone else did, or at least before I heard it in public, like way beforehand. Yeah, like months.
No, he's a modern day Shakespeare.
Oh, he absolutely is.
I guess.
I don't hear sus though, so he kind of failed on that one. Nobody ever says sus, luckily.
I've heard Grimecraft is a immature douchebag, so I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to comment on rumors or speculation. I'm sure he's a good dude.
Yeah,
but yeah, I've met him. He's been a sweetheart to me. That's all I can say.
Okay. I'm gonna go off that.
That's good to hear. Cool.
Memes. Oh, you know what? You know what meme can go screw itself? The fucking hot dog thing that tried to catch on.
Ooh,
and tried to steal Crash's thunder. Not down. The calendar I'm looking at for August, it's the dude looking back at the other girl while his presumably girlfriend looks at him sternly.
Yeah.
It can be. It's been used well. It's all about execution.
It has, yeah. That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know if I could nail down a specific year though. Honestly.
Yeah, that's a little hard.
Yeah, sorry, Eli.
Sorry, man.
I like that one meme that you made, Noah. The one where we were talking about eating ass.
Oh, the Civil War
Remember that
one.
one?
Civil War one's a
Yeah.
great meme. That's a great meme.
Civil War is pretty good.
Yeah, I basically okay. So we had this whole argument in our group chat about whether or not we eat ass as Gridlife. Like, kind of funny eats ass, but like, what's our official stance on
Does
eating
Good
ass?
Life Digest eat ass?
Yeah, and we were like, Eli was like, absolutely. I was like, and then it was like back and forth, and I made this whole Civil War meme. I'll have to find it somewhere. But
Well, but do you guys eat ass? That's a question.
I was on team. I can't remember what the teams were exactly. I'm pretty sure I was on Team Cap, which was no.
No ass eating.
I think I was Captain America, wasn't I?
I don't know. I'll have to
Yeah.
find it. But
I just remember saying the whole plays no role.
yeah. That was like one of the best frames. Let me see.
I was just like rhyming the whole time.
And I made extra sure to make myself Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then also
Anyway.
Eli has a follow up. Convince everyone else to get a tattoo. I already want one, so you won't have to push me that far. I want to get the Fox logo from Metal Gear Solid 3 on my arm right now.
Yes, you've mentioned that to me before.
But I also want
Yes.
women to sleep with me sometime ever.
I mean, you just need the right one.
Yes,
Somehow
you got a
I
good point. You got a good point.
I got one that I was like about 4 months in. I'm like, hey, I want to get a blue smiley face on my arm, and she's like, what? And it's like, hey, I want to get a firefly. She's like, what?
What?
But she's
Firefly
down.
one's
I mean,
dope. Firefly one's
you know,
dope.
thank you.
Let's
I
see
went
it.
a little, like, hey, this is what this is. Like,
Here,
okay,
move over a little bit more. It got cut off.
this will be the kind of funny.
Oh no, it's not there.
Sweet.
It's getting cut
And
off.
then-
Oh well. You
It's
can you
okay.
can find it on Twitter.
We can see it.
You can. It's all.
Oh, there it is. There's a little peek of the Firefly for you.
There you go.
Yeah,
Firefly.
I'm really tempted, but I don't know
Go
yet.
for
I'm
it.
so
Tattoos are
See-
great.
My only problem is like you have to set up like an appointment and all that. I'm like,
Sometimes,
that sounds,
depending on how big it is. If it's just a normal little thing that you like have a file and you can just send it, they
Yeah.
usually do the walk-in. But if you're like, oh, I want to do this beautiful art piece, I'm like, okay,
I want my whole back to be
Appointment.
covered with the
Yeah.
scene at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2.
oh my god,
the whole
yeah, I want
speech.
the entire text,
Yeah.
like the entire monologue.
Yeah, the whole
Beautiful.
it's just the Patriots like GW Colonel's
man.
face on the top, and then
Yeah.
just the whole speech going down like down to my waist.
Beautiful. I love it.
That'd be awful. It's fucking terrible. But Micah, do you want to get a tattoo? What would convince you to get a tattoo?
I've talked about it a couple times. Like I've been wanting to get that from Uncharted 4, or just all the Uncharted's the Sick Parvis Magna, I think it is.
That's a good one,
Yeah.
and it's subtle.
Yeah, just
I'm
the
actually-
writing, just the writing alone. Because like if I
Agreed.
put like the dagger or something else, or like the Uncharted logo, it'd be like, oh, that's obviously nerdy.
Yeah.
You know, whereas if it's just the writing and it means like, greatness from small beginnings, it's kind of like, applicable to everything.
That's a
just
good one.
my life and everything.
I'm actually-
everyone can relate to it.
Yeah, that's a really good one. I'm actually getting that soon-ish.
Oh, really?
Right under the Firefly, so we have like a
Oh,
little
nice.
space for Naughty Dog
Just
exclusively.
the Naughty Dog arm.
The
Yeah.
Naughty Dog canvas.
Yeah,
Also,
Yeah, why not?
another good
The
one we've
Naughty
talked
arm.
about is the Bioshock chains on your wrist. Like
Yes,
that's a very good
that's
subtle
good
one. I like
too.
subtle ones. The Fox one isn't really subtle, which is I don't want to
No.
have to explain it to everybody. That's pretty much my only roadblock at this point. Like it's like, oh, it's a fucking logo of a fictional military unit from a super Japanese game. I'm like, fuck off! I don't stop.
yeah.
Why are you
See,
still
for
talking?
me- fuck you, man. Just slap you and leave.
And then
Yeah.
you have to explain like 5 Metal
Yeah.
Gear games to, get what the
Oh,
special
you're like-
logo
In,
means.
in the 1930s, there was this
Yeah.
group called the Philosophers.
They're like, they're like, what does that mean? And you're like, how much time do you have?
Yeah, how much time do you have? We're
No.
doing a video about. I'm going to try to summarize the entire story of MGS in 30 minutes, and I want it shot like The Office, and I want this whole big production to happen while we're at prom. So that's going to happen eventually.
That happened.
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Oh, I can do it.
That's
It's
a
not that hard.
complicated
It's just
story.
out of order. That's really the only
And-
thing that makes it hard.
And if you get that tattoo, you should also get like a QR code tattooed right below it, and it's like scan this and watch the video to know what it's
Yeah.
about.
Oh my
Yes,
god, that's amazing.
please.
That would be
Oh my
fucking
God.
amazing.
That's beautiful.
Oh my
I
man.
Just a big old QR code. Like people are pulling out their phones, like scanning your arm.
The thing is, you might think I was surprised by how many people recognize a Firefly. Like all the time around it.
It's really popular. I mean, The Last of Us is mainstream.
Yeah. Uncharted will probably be the same. So the one that it's awkward every single time is, the kind of funny smiley face. I love it. I'm so proud to have it. But, people come up to me and they're like, so why do you have a smiley face?
So this guy named Greg started eating Oreos on camera.
Yeah, this guy eats Oreos on camera. And I'm like, yeah, man. And so I did it.
Bring back
Also,
Oreo-ration.
A lot of people think it's fake because they don't know that it's supposed to look like a little smirk. They think it's supposed to be a full-on smiley. So they think it's a butchered smiley face.
No, it's just a little smirk.
Oh, is that real? And I'm like,
that's why I love that logo. It's exactly. Not just a smiley face.
Yeah, but yeah, man. Yeah.
Do you ever use the cop-out answer as like, oh, I just like a smiley face? I just like
sometimes,
smiley faces.
Depending on the person, sometimes I'm like, well, it's a YouTube logo, it's a YouTube channel, but a lot of times I'm like, yeah, man, just because I like being happy.
I just like being a little happy, like not too happy, just a little hint of
just like
contentment,
kind of happy,
just enough to where I'm like, yeah, man, okay, I feel that.
I feel that.
Sweet.
All right, well, I'm convinced.
All right, there you go. Beautiful. I did it. Thank you, Eli.
Eventually, I don't know when, but eventually soon. Because it's just such a cool logo, It's so fucking cool.
It is. You go for it, man. I love it.
But how are you going to explain this when you're like 80? You know what I'm saying?
That's
Once you get to that
age, man.
How much time do you have?
No.
I'm just going to go, how much time do you have? That's a great cop-out.
But
that's true.
After you're 70, every single tattoo, you just have to be like, back in my day.
Back in my day, there was an auteur named Hideo Kojima.
Oh my god. There are still legends about this man.
Yeah, they talk about him when Death Stranding bombed.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
And like with kind of funny, it's like taking over the world. I don't know, or not really, but like they're just so giant.
Yeah, they're dictators.
There with, like,
Greg loses his mind.
Like, Disney, like
it goes,
now kind of funny owns everything.
I feel like it could very easily go Injustice. But
I was literally just going to say that. Literally just going to say the exact same thing. I can absolutely see that. Yeah. He rips out Cool Greg's heart, and then Andy is Batman in this situation.
Andy would be Batman, yes.
Yeah, and then they all fight it out, and then poor Cool Greg.
Yeah, Cool Greg's just like, oh man.
I would love that comic. I mean,
cool, Greg. What a lovely.
What an individual. Art. We're gonna try to reach out to him. We're gonna reach out to him soon. Try to get him on here.
He's amazing, man. I remember. I kind of funny prom. I was DMing him, and I was like, "Oh yeah, well we're at this hotel hanging around and stuff. We'll be there at night. Let me know." And I'm not expecting that he's gonna show up. Mm-hmm. And so we had been DMing back and forth, and then he DMs me like, "Yo, where you at?" I'm like, at the Hilton, and he's like, all right, and then he just showed up, and all the best friends were like, "What?
What?
Yeah."
I was like, "Hey guys, I have a surprise." I was like, "What?"
I remember. I think I was there. He showed up with like a bottle.
Yeah. A bottle, yeah. He was just drinking outside.
He was like, "Oh, we better go outside because I know some people here and they wouldn't be happy." Yeah. And then there was that picture taken where Cool Greg was standing on the top of the staircase, and we were at at the bottom looking at him like he was Jesus or something.
Everybody's like, man, look at this man. I was standing right next to him, and I'm like, this is just such a lovely man.
What is life?
Yeah,
I love that man.
It's Cool Greg's world. We're just living in it.
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're running short on time, so we got to get over to I Recommend real quick.
Got it.
Let's do that.
Do it.
It's time for I Recommend, where one of us recommends the group something for the others to check out. It can be anything. Last time we were recommended by the future keeper of the Holocron, Emma Myers, Video Games the Movie. So this is a about hour 40 minutes long documentary kind of detailing the whole the start and the future of gaming as a whole. Really multifaceted, pretty in-depth, covers pretty much every console generation. Just kind of shows like what gaming means, what it has meant, what it could mean in the future. It has a very optimistic and also knowledgeable view, which I appreciated. A lot of these things, they come out from the outside and they're like, well, in this year, this happened. But in this, it's like, here's my personal experience of what this particular game meant to me. And I really appreciated that. So, Micah, what did you think of it? Because you've seen the whole thing, and then I'll come over back to Mario.
Yeah, I liked how they touched on all different aspects of video games. Like they touched on the whole like gun violence thing, which I guess is pretty topical now. They're like, oh, violent video games make kids violent, and they're like, no,
here's
that's
why it's not that at all.
Yeah, exactly. And then they brought up like indie developers. They brought up VR. Just
the
just
console war.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like all the points of video games like we think of like when we think of video games. And it was super cool seeing all that. And they're super knowledgeable. But I liked how they did like kind of like a rough rundown first. Like they went through all the console generations, and then they just kind of went back in time again.
Yeah.
And then went through it again, and they had like different views on it or different points they brought up this time. And it was super cool.
Esports, like the social in general, just gaming. Yeah, it's very cool.
It was funny. Something they brought up, like they were talking about like Facebook, and they were like basically saying that was a video game. I was like, wait, is it? And I was like, wait, that kind of makes sense. I mean, you're typing things and you're scrolling up and down. I guess that's basic motions of a video game.
I guess that's a video game.
Yeah. So it's the most social video game out there, I guess.
I don't buy. No, PlayStation Home is the most social video game out there.
No,
what a beautiful
that's been
relic.
dead.
Oh my god. R.I.P. man. R.I.P.
It went too soon. Actually, no, it went too late. Actually, probably was.
It went on
sooner.
for way too long.
It should have been executed. Firing squad.
I'm glad that it was.
Yep.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
It's a thing. I'll say it's beautiful.
I think they'll bring it back.
No, they should. And it should be a PSVR thing.
They should bring.
That'd be perfect.
Here you go. E3 predictions. PlayStation Vita 2.
No,
only PlayStation Home 2.
It's not happening.
Never.
I love the Vita. It's over.
And they're also what else are they bringing back? Let's see.
Metal Gear Solid 1.
Mag. They're doing Mag too.
Modern Mag would be dope.
So
for real,
yeah.
They need a
Mag
shooter.
2 is gonna be a PlayStation Vita 2 PlayStation Home exclusive.
Oh no!
You heard it here first.
They would screw that up somehow.
Yeah, never happening.
I feel like they really do need to fill in their shooter space. Even though they have partnerships with all of like the big like third-party FPSs, like we don't have a Resistance or a Killzone anymore. They need to fill that niche.
I wish Resistance would come back.
Same, but I'm glad we have Spider-Man though.
Yes,
That's all that matters.
Oh my god,
Spider-Man.
I watched the gifs of that game.
The subway thing is so charming. It's
everything about that game is just phenomenal, man. The subway, I agree.
I've been waiting for. I no longer have to play the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game.
Oh yeah, so Micah is such a loser that he plays the Amazing Spider-Man 2 game just to get that fix.
Yeah, I just need some Spider-Man in me. And
in your defense,
that's what I got to.
In Micah's defense, it came to the Vita. It ran like shit, but it came to it.
The first one did. Not the second.
Okay, the first one. That's the one I'm thinking of.
The first one, yeah, I played the shit out of that on Vita.
Hell yeah.
Because I played it on PS3. I traded that in. I was like, I don't want this game again. And I ended up buying it again on Vita. Ran like crap, but like, it still had like the free roaming around the city. So like that's all I needed. And I could just go and collect comic book pages, and it was a great time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For me, that would be Spider-Man 3 on the Wii. That was
Wii. Ouch! Oh god, I played on PS3 and it was bad enough.
Yeah, I was young. I knew that game wasn't good, but it was like
it's Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man, man. It's good.
Yeah. That's all you need to know. Spider-Man. Spider-Man's fucking cool.
Except his games are give or take, but Ultimate Spider-Man, fucking awesome. I just want to put that out there.
Still haven't played it. Still need to play.
Oh, get like a GameCube or whatever, and get on that.
Yep, I have my GameCube right under my TV.
Oh, dope! You're all set. You fight Wolverine as Venom. It's awesome.
That's fucking cool.
Nice.
Okay. Anyway, Insomniac, thank you for being awesome and making that game.
Thank you, Insomniac.
Yeah, thank you.
In general, one of my favorite studios. They're so awesome. Just great products all the time. But bring back Resistance.
Yes, please.
All right. What did you think of the small chunk that you saw previously?
I concur with you guys. I just think it's cool to see video games being talked to in a manner where it's, smart.
From the
You know,
people
and
that play them.
exactly. It's cool to see them on mainstream media, like a movie, a documentary, in a way that's not like, oh yeah, video games. That's
Or
you rank up the
condescending.
high scores and then they're too violent. It's
Yeah.
like
It's
no,
so
they
violent.
know they're
They're all
being violent.
GTA.
Exactly, yeah. And you kill prostitutes in every single video game. It's like, oh really?
I, I think once our generation like gets into the White House and all that,
Oh yeah,
Congress and all that, I think all those
that'll
video
end.
game cause
It'll
violence
absolutely
thing
end.
will go away.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Get rid of the old people, bring in the new people, and that problem's gone.
100%. It's the same thing with rock and roll music back in the
Yep.
day. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just think it's cool to see video games being talked to in a smart manner by people who know video games. And the little bit that I saw of it, I thought that was really cool. That's definitely what stood out.
I recommend giving it another shot. They show way too much knack because it was like right in like the fringe of the console generations. That's all they had for the next gen. It's like, all right, we got Killzone and knack, and I don't ever want to see knack again after playing it for PS Plus.
Knack.
It exists.
Yeah.
It should just.
My only problem with that movie is like it felt super low res, like for
Kinda.
a lot of the video game shots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that was. Maybe it was from watching it on a 4K TV, or it just looks super blown up and gross.
Yeah,
I mean, because like the parts with just people talking, that looked fine. But like once it got to gameplay, it's like that looks bad. But
there's
I don't
also
know.
a lot of old
I mean,
games.
Exactly. But even then, like those should have looked a little bit better. Like they should have re-rendered those out, or however that works. Got better quality footage. It just looked like they ripped it off of YouTube and like thrown it on there. Downloaded like the 480p version. That's good enough. No, ship it. Get it the fuck out.
There was a specific section that really bothered me, where they were talking about the the advancement of specifically character like polygons going from like 16 to 64 or whatever, and they had the audacity to say Solid Snake 1998 32-bit and put a picture of Big Boss from Snake Eater. It's like he's not 32-bit or Solid Snake or was in 1998, so this is all wrong. And then they also used the picture of Ratchet and Clank from Future when they were trying to show it for PS2. It was just that section was like, do a little bit more research, like get the exact models that you're actually trying to get. But that's my ultimate nitpick for it. I really enjoyed the rest of it.
That's extreme nitpicking because they're just trying to show a basic example.
Yeah, but like when you're trying to show the progression and you show all the very high quality, it's like you don't see that because they were pretty much all taken from like the PS3 onward generation, because it kind of diminished their point. But that's me trying to find something to harp on about. So highly recommend you guys go check this out. Video Games the Movie. It is available on Amazon Prime for free viewing, and even if it's not, throw them a couple bucks. It's worth the rental. So Mario, we're gonna shoot this to you, our recommendation for next week. What is something cool we could check out?
Something cool that you guys can check out is a show that Brian Altano and Max Skoll launched not too long ago called Weird Heat. It's a very different show from the things that they're used to doing.
Very different.
They do very different. They usually do like Comedy Button, talk about games and IGN. This is very, very different. So basically, the concept is that every episode they have a different topic, a serious topic to talk about. And they also release some artwork with it, and Brian makes a song with it that kind of goes with the theme. So they've done optimism, disappointment, pets, and the last one I believe was I don't remember the name. It's okay. But basically it's a very serious nostalgia. It was nostalgia.
Oh, that's right.
Oh yeah, I remember that one. So which one do you recommend? Which is the best, you think?
The optimism one was
honestly
really good.
That one was really good.
Is phenomenal because Brian shares two very, very personal stories that if you're a fan of him, I was at work. I was like going to my car for my lunch break, and I just started crying, walking. And I'm like, people think I'm insane.
Yeah.
Because it was very touching, But it's a very different show from what they're used to doing. they really dive deep into serious topics, disappointment and how to deal with it and how it works. And I just think it's been hugely inspiring to me. It's definitely one of those shows that made me want to be more creative and eventually led to me making my new show. And I think everybody should check it out. At least the first episode. I think the first episode gives you a really good glimpse of what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hugely inspiring. And it's really, really awesome.
Yeah, shout out to those guys, both Max Scoville and Brian Altano. I just loved meeting them in person.
Max Scoville, very tall.
Very tall.
Very tall. Very
was
tall.
he like 6'7" or something crazy like that?
I want to say he was taller than me, which is nuts.
Yeah.
I very rarely see people that are taller than me.
Because I remember taking a selfie with him. Mm-hmm. He was like, "Oh, you want me to hold your phone up? My arms are way longer." Yeah. I was like, "Go for it."
I met Brian and Max at E3 2016, the year right before it was open to the public, and
the year of dreams.
The year of dreams. It was a year of dreams.
The year of dreams.
Zelda. I remember talking. That's oof. That's
God of War.
God of War.
Days Gone. Spider-Man.
So excited. Oh my god. But yeah, I remember meeting Brian and him. We were just talking about Zelda, and they're both such nice dudes.
I wish Brian was at the IGN First Friday for Kind of Funny Live 3 because I would have loved to meet him, but I got to meet Goldfarb, so I was very happy.
That's good. Yeah.
I was pretty disappointed when he wasn't there, but yeah. I got to meet Brian at PAX. So I got to make up for that. Mm-hmm. And I remember because it was at that IGN panel where they were talking and we were asking him questions. And I remember as soon as he walked out that door, I went up and introduced myself. I didn't want to be that guy, but one of the first things I said to him, I was like, I've been listening to you since I was 13 and I'm almost 20 now. Basically saying you've been a big part of my life, whether you like it or not. You know, I know it's kind of appalling, but just wanted to let him know, I kind of looked up to you. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he's
for sure
really great guy. So
he really is.
To meet him again.
Brap. All right. Go check out Weird Heat episode 1. Have we ever recommended a podcast yet on this show? I think that's the first for us.
Might be.
There you go. I'm a trendsetter.
You're breaking new ground, as they say.
Yep, exactly. That's me. Hello.
All right. How dare we recommend another podcast on our podcast?
On our podcast, a much better podcast than our podcast. All right.
Yeah.
So, in that case, this has been episode 30 of Gridlife Digest Weekly. Thank you so much for listening. You can head over to gridlifedigest.com to see all the content in one place. Consider subscribing on YouTube and the podcast service of your choice so you never miss what's happening. We'll be back next Wednesday with another conversation. Mario, thank you so much for coming on. You are a delight. Go check out his show.
Thank you for having me. It was really fun. Thank you.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. We generally have a good time around here. So with that, hope. Oh, were you gonna say something?
I just want to say hopefully we see you at prom, right? You're gonna be there.
Oh yes, I'll be there.
Hell yeah.
Free hugs.
Yeah. I'll be one of the first ones to come up to you and give you a big old hug. Give everyone hugs there.
Get in line.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah, it's a big old line.
There won't be a line.
Oh,
I'll take a picture with you.
There you go.
Or you'll take a picture with me.
No, exactly. I'll take a picture with you, sir.
Sweet. That makes me feel good. That's a good boost to my confidence.
You better bring a Tim Geddes out shirt. All right.
You better.
Have a wonderful rest of your week. Everyone, be good to each other. Bye.